When it comes to cars, some people like to play it safe and stick to the classics. However, for those brave enough to think outside the box, a whole world of unusual cars is waiting to be discovered. From cars that look like they belong in a science fiction movie to vehicles that can literally walk on water, these are the 15 most unusual cars in the world that will blow your mind. Number 1. Lego Bugatti Chiron. Now, you heard that right. Lego created a full-sized, drivable model of the Bugatti Chiron supercar using over 1 million Technic pieces. The car is not only a model, it's an actual functioning vehicle. Lego's creative team spent over 13,500 hours building this masterpiece. They began brainstorming in June of 2017, with construction beginning in March of 2018. But the result is nothing short of breathtaking. The model has over 2,000 Lego power function motors, giving it a total theoretical horsepower of 5.3. That's right, the Lego car can actually move. It won't set any land speed records, but the company claims that it got the model up to around 13 miles per hour for the video, and it tops out at around 19 miles per hour. The car is not entirely made out of Lego, though. It sits on top of actual Bugatti wheels, and there's a steel frame to provide the necessary support. But even so, the fact that Lego managed to create something that moves and functions like a real car is truly remarkable. The Lego Bugatti Chiron also has many other fun tricks up its sleeve. There are doors that actually open and close, a spoiler that lifts and lowers at the push of a button, and a functional speedometer built entirely out of Technic pieces. And of course, there's a detachable steering wheel because why not? The team at Lego clearly put a lot of thought and effort into the project, and the results are stunning. Sure, it may be silly, but it's also very amazing. And if you're considering building your own Lego Bugatti Chiron, be prepared to spend a pretty penny. The motors alone cost over $70,000 at retail. Number 2. 8-wheeled Toyota Vios. If you thought that sedans were boring, you should think again, because a Toyota Vios limousine sedan in Bali, Indonesia is breaking all the rules with not only 4, but 8 wheels. 8 wheels on one car, and it's not just any car, it's actually a taxi. The talented and wacky mechanic Roni Gunawan created this stunning feat of automotive engineering. As the boss of the taxi company, Roni is no stranger to thinking outside of the box. He began by welding 2 front ends of a Toyota Vios together in the middle, and after that initial success, he then took on the challenge of adding 4 more wheels to the car. He found another Toyota Vios and modified the chassis to create a 6-wheeled car, but he didn't stop there. He then installed the last high train, straddling the 4 wheels to complete the 8-wheeled masterpiece. The drive of the free axle is achieved by the friction of the tires on the middle axle. Originally, the Toyota Vios was a front-wheel drive vehicle, so the 6 rear wheels are free and turn upside down compared to the others. The wheel set is equipped with a return spring which pulls the wheel down, allowing it to remain stuck to the driving tire. It's an engineering marvel. Judging from the outside appearance, it is clear that the construction of 6 wheels on the back has added a considerable weight to the car. This has significantly impacted the 3rd-generation Toyota limo, originally driven by the front wheels. The rear seats and doors were removed, and the front doors were fitted to make it look good. Number 3. The Bloodhound. Meet the Bloodhound SSC, a rocket-powered car that broke the land speed record by hitting over 1,000 miles per hour. The car is so fast, in fact, that it makes lightning bolts look slow. This car features a Rolls-Royce EJ200 turbofan jet engine used in the Eurofighter Typhoon aircraft. The supercar will receive an additional rocket thruster to break the sound barrier, but wait, there's more. The makers have kept this car narrow and slender to avoid aerodynamic stress. With a car that fast, you would expect it to need an incredible amount of power, and you would be right. 20 tons of force are needed in total for the Bloodhound to reach its peak speed. Regular machines do not possess such incredible power. The Bloodhound harbors a Eurojet EJ200 jet engine, so you can be sure that it's packing some serious heat. As you could imagine, a car breaking land speed records requires some special fuel. The Bloodhound uses an auxiliary power unit to drive the car's rocket oxidizer pump that supplies 800 liters of high-test peroxide, equivalent to 40 liters per second. That's enough to fill your average swimming pool in just under 30 seconds. Oh, and did I mention that the auxiliary power unit is a Jaguar supercharged V8 engine? That's right, this vehicle is no joke. The Bloodhound is not just about speed though, it's a triumph of engineering and innovation with sheer brilliance on wheels. The makers have used world-class engineering in order to create this rocket-powered beast. Number 4. The Sea Lion. This MWIT designed vehicle is constructed entirely to compete for the title of the fastest amphibious vehicle in the world. The Sea Lion is worth considering if you're searching for a car to safely transport you from land to sea. The Sea Lion is propelled by a Mazda 13B rotary engine enclosed in a stainless steel shell. It can travel up to 180 miles per hour on land and 60 miles per hour on the water. The automobile is truly a one-of-a-kind creation thanks to its 6 arduous years of design and experimentation. The body of the Sea Lion is made up of CNC milled pieces and TIG welded 5052 aluminum, with a monocoque fused to the car's body in the middle. It also features rear and front fenders and retractable side pods. The sleek and stylish design is not only functional, but also very aesthetically pleasing. Its impressive speed capability set the Sea Lion apart from other amphibious cars. When the project began in 2006, the greatest water speed was 45 miles per hour, and the top land speed was at 125 miles per hour. The Sea Lion has now surpassed these speeds with a water speed of 60 and a land speed of 180. Number 5. BMW Isetta 300. The Isetta was the brainchild of Italian scooter maker ISO. In 1953, they introduced the Isetta microcar, which quickly became popular due to its affordable price, frugal fuel consumption, and unique design. It was an egg-shaped car with only one door located at the front, which was similar to a fridge. When BMW saw the Isetta, they knew they needed it to survive in the market. They then licensed the production rights from ISO and re-engineered every part of the car, which included replacing the engine with a 4-stroke single-cylinder engine from their own R25 motorcycle. This engine produced more power and was more reliable than the ISO engine. The Isetta was small, measuring 2.3 meters long and 1.4 meters wide. It had one row of seats that could accommodate a couple of adults and a small child. The car's rear track was made very narrow, measuring at only 52 centimeters, compared to the 120 centimeter front track. That allowed the car's rear wheels to be very close together and made the car's turning radius incredibly close. Although it was not cheap, the Isetta's quirky design made it popular amongst niche buyers who loved its funny look and the way to enter its cockpit from the front. Even wealthy Americans bought a lot of these vehicles, proving that the car was sold for its charm rather than its low price. In 1957, BMW then introduced a 4-passenger version of the Isetta called the 600. It featured a second-row seat, a side door for access to the rear, and an upgraded engine that displaced 600 cc's. Number 6. 1978 Subaru Brat. In the late 1970s, Subaru wanted to break into the American market with a compact truck, but hefty tariffs made importing it from Japan much too expensive. However, the clever minds at Subaru soon came up with a solution. They added a few rear-facing jump seats in the bed of the 1978 Subaru Brat, which allowed it to be classified as a passenger vehicle and qualify for a lower tariff. And thus, the Subaru Brat would be born. The Brat was a bi-drive recreational all-terrain transporter and had a part-time all-wheel drive system that could be activated with the flip of a switch. But the most unique feature of the Brat had to be its rear-facing jump seats. And despite its unconventional classification as a truck or a passenger vehicle, the Subaru Brat was a hit in America from 1978 to 1987. In fact, President Ronald Reagan himself even kept one on his California ranch, although he would hide it from the media out of fear of being seen in a foreign vehicle. However, the Subaru Brat was not only a clever loophole, it also had some fun features, such as a spring-loaded hidden door with a side step for the cargo bed, an available T-top split roof, and a spare tire in the engine bay. Some models even came equipped with a matching camper shell, making it the perfect adventure vehicle. Although the original Subaru Brat would be discontinued in 1987, Subaru then attempted to bring it back in 2003 with the Subaru Baja. It was a small crew cab pickup that was built off the legacy station wagon. However, despite its more civilized design, the Baja only lasted for 4 years, with 30,000 of the vehicles being manufactured. Some referred to it as the Outbrat due to its similarity to the Subaru Outback. Number 7. The Polaris Slingshot. Is it a car or is it a motorcycle? The 2020 Polaris Slingshot is a vehicle that defies all classification. With its 3-wheel design, this autocycle is made for the open-air experience. But don't let the unique appearance fool you, because the Slingshot is in fact a very powerful machine. This ride's going to turn heads with up to 203 horsepower under the hood, and a quick 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds. But what's new for the model 2020? Well, Polaris has greatly refreshed the Slingshot with a new engine and transmission. The 2.4-liter inline-4 engine has been replaced by a Polaris-designed and built 2.0-liter i4, making more power and higher revs. Plus, there's a new auto-drive 5-speed automated manual gearbox, which shifts smoothly and makes driving the Slingshot a breeze. But what really sets the Slingshot apart is its personality. It knows exactly what it wants and is not afraid to be different. It's made for the person who wants a Slingshot specifically, and there are a lot of them. Whether cruising down the coast or tearing up the back roads, the Slingshot is a blast to drive. Number 8. The Mercedes-AMG G63 6x6. This vehicle is a pickup truck with a 6-wheel drive, which makes it one of the most capable off-roading vehicles ever. Mercedes has gone all out with this truck monster, adding 5 differential locks and other specialized hardware to make it nearly unstoppable. Power comes from an AMG-tuned 544 horsepower twin-turbo V8 that will leave other trucks in the dust. However, the G36 6x6 is not only about power and performance. It also has a cabin that's lined with luxurious materials and finishes, such as diamond-stitched leather seats and an Alcantara headliner that exudes the style and class that you would expect from Mercedes. The most impressive thing about the 6x6 is that it's a production vehicle, meaning that you can actually buy it. In fact, Mercedes had already sold more of them by November of 2013 than in all of 2012, and get this, in the United States, it is now the best-selling AMG product. The 6x6 is hand-built on the same assembly line that produces every G-Wagon, making it a true engineering masterpiece. And with the workforce at the plant recently adding a second shift due to high demand, it's clear that the vehicle is going nowhere soon. So what sets the 6x6 apart from other off-road vehicles? Well, it weighs over 9,000 pounds, yet Mercedes claims that this monster can hit 60 miles per hour in fewer than 8 seconds. It also boasts an impressive 18 inches of ground clearance, with fording depths up to 24 to 39 inches, and with every off-road metric hugely inflated, from approach to departure angles to breakover angle, this truck is truly in a league of its own. Number 9. Chrysler Turbine. If you're a car enthusiast, you've probably heard of the Chrysler Turbine, an early alternative fuel vehicle that was ahead of its time. But did you know that the car could run on anything from jet fuel to perfume? That's right, even perfume. Each of the 200 two-door coupes that were made were finished in turbine bronze paint, giving it a unique and distinguished look. However, what really set the car apart was its power. The vehicle's 2 turbines provided 130 horsepower and an incredible 450 foot-pounds of torque, making it a true powerhouse on the road. One Chrysler turbine vehicle would be produced weekly until the last of the 50 were completed in October of 1964. The program's goals were to gather service information and driving experience with the turbine vehicles in a range of environments, as well as to access customer and market reactions to turbine power. Elwood Engel, who had previously worked at Ford, had brought much of its stylistic influence to the new post, oversaw the development and construction of the 1963 Chrysler turbine model. A copper-toned plastic steering wheel, console controls conveniently located for the driver's right hand, and individual bucket seats for all 4 passengers were amongst the excellent interior elements of the turbine. Regarding the exterior, the turbine model featured a low and thin roof silhouette and a distinctive rear-end design, which many automotive historians have called an aerodynamic styling look. Behind the wheel opening, a gold pentastar was carried on the right front fender, and the phrase turbine would be written in bright metal writing on both rear quarters. Number 10. L'Oeuf électrique. Electric cars are nothing new, but did you know that an electric car was actually made in 1942? Meet the L'Oeuf électrique, also known as the electric egg, a one-of-a-kind creation by industrial designer Paul Arzenz. Arzenz, primarily known for designing railway locomotives and cars, built the electric egg during the Second World War when there was a gasoline shortage. The three-wheeled vehicle runs on an electric motor and battery pack, with a top speed of 44 miles per hour and a range of 63 miles per battery charge. The car's most striking feature was its egg-shaped body that was made out of aluminum and plexiglass. It weighed only 771 pounds with the motor and battery, making it one of the lightest road-going cars ever. The unique design also allowed for a 270-degree view of the outside, giving passengers an unobstructed view of the world that was around them. Inside of the electric egg, there's no fancy technology or gadgets. The cabin is very simple with 2 seats and a large steering wheel almost touching the driver's face. But the bubble shape of the car provided plenty of headroom and shoulder room, and the lack of pillars meant that there was no disruption to the outside view. Despite the odd appearance, the electric egg was an automobile that was ahead of its time. Its lightweight construction and electric powertrain are features that are only just now becoming mainstream. And with its tiny size and three-wheel design, it was extremely maneuverable, making it the perfect car for tight city roads. Number 11. Layette Helica. Imagine driving a vehicle with a massive blender on the front. It sounds terrifying, but that's exactly what Frenchman Marcel Layette had in mind when he designed the Helica in 1921. Layette, a biplane designer, believed that cars were too heavy and not aerodynamic enough, so his solution, a propeller-driven wingless automobile, and that's how the Helica would be born. The Helica featured an 18-horsepower, 1,000cc Harley-Davidson V-twin engine and a lightweight streamlined plywood body that weighed 550 pounds. The wheels were custom aluminum discs with integrated brakes that further reduced drag, and in 1927, one was recorded at a top speed of 106 miles per hour. The problem with the Helica was not its speed, though. It was the massive blender on the front. Imagine hitting a pedestrian or a pigeon at such a high speed. It would not be a very pretty sight. And if that weren't enough, Layette also took an aircraft-inspired approach to the steering, eschewing the complexities of a steering rack for a very simple, cable-operated rear-wheel steering system that threw the back end out sideways to turn the car. Number 12. Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Spotting a giant hot dog in a bun cruising down the road is enough to make anyone double take, and it's even better if you have children in the car. But did you know that the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile has actually been around since 1936? That's right, this beloved piece of Americana has a long and storied past. The first Wienermobile would be the brainchild of Karl Mayer, the nephew of Oscar Mayer, who came up with the idea to create a giant hot dog that would travel throughout Chicago as a marketing tool for the brand. Ever since then, the Wienermobile has become a cultural icon, featuring in countless advertising campaigns and appearing at events nationwide. So what's it like to drive a 27-foot-long hot dog? Each Wienermobile begins its life as an Isuzu NPR medium-duty commercial truck featuring a Chevrolet L96 6-liter V8 engine. Inside are 6 plush ketchup and mustard-colored seats, but unfortunately there are no actual hot dogs. However, lucky visitors may be able to snag a plush wiener or a coveted wiener whistle. Oscar Mayer pulled the Wienermobile fleet off the road during the pandemic, but they're back and following all the necessary guidelines. Anyone can request a visit from the Wienermobile at Oscar Mayer's website, and if you happen to spot one on the road, you'll be sure to remember it for a long time. While the Wienermobile is undoubtedly a fun and quirky marketing gimmick, it also has a place in American history. During the Second World War, gas rationing briefly halted the Wienermobile's travels, but it then returned to the streets soon after the war had ended. Today, 6 Wienermobiles are on the road at any given time and continue to delight everyone and all people of all ages. Number 13. P-Car. Now, you may have heard of the Volkswagen Beetle, but have you ever heard of the Volkswagen P? This obscure vehicle would be commissioned by Birdseye, sellers of frozen vegetables, for a 2005 television commercial. And if this flamboyantly green car doesn't compel you to eat your vegetables, I really don't know what will. The P-Car, sometimes called the Volkswagen P-Car, is a mismatch vehicle designed by a London-based company called Asylum. Built on the chassis of an off-road go-kart, the P-Car features headlights from a VW Beetle and is fitted with a Honda engine, though it does lack the gears. It can reach a top speed of approximately 60 miles per hour and was built to fall apart on purpose for the commercial for which it was made. The advertisement features the green P-Car traveling through a farmer's field, displaying its gleaming green body and a license plate that says P on it. At first, everything looks normal, but soon the vehicle begins to lose its parts. The hubcap slips off while driving, the bumper flies away into a pond, the roof tears away in the wind, and the back of the P vehicle falls off, almost colliding with two bicyclists behind it. Finally, the chassis of the car can be seen in front of a home, and then a refrigerated semi-truck from Birdseye Peas arrives and delivers a brand new complete P-Car to replace the destroyed one, comparing the vitamins in fresh peas to those in the P-Car. Number 14. Terrafugia Transition. This revolutionary vehicle is the dream come true for those who have always wanted to make their road trip to the sky. With just the push of a button, it can convert from driving to flying in less than a minute, making your commute quite the adventure. The Transition may not be the most elegant vehicle, but it is a head-turner, boasting 4 wheels, folding wings, and a rear-mounted propeller that will make you feel as though you're a superhero as you take off into the air. With a flying range of up to 400 miles and the ability to reach up to 9,000 feet at 100 miles per hour, the flying car is going to turn heads. But wait, there's more. The Transition is not only just a flying car, it's also incredibly convenient. You won't need to worry about any special aviation fuel or hangar storage, as it can be fueled with regular gasoline and then stored in your garage. It's perfect for light aircraft owners who want to avoid airfield parking fees and fuel costs, and those who want to avoid being stuck when bad weather makes flying impossible. Number 15. The PAL V Liberty. Are you tired of being stuck in traffic or delayed on flights? The PAL V Liberty has got you covered. Imagine soaring through the skies and landing right in your driveway. That's right, the vehicle is both a car and a plane. It all began with the dream of co-founder John Baker to fly, and in 2008, the PAL V would be founded in the Netherlands to create a roadable aircraft. Fast forward to today, and we have the PAL V Liberty, which is a true engineering marvel. In flight, the PAL V operates as an gyrocopter. It's a car that's on the road that's designed to fly within a city or city to city, making personal air mobility more accessible. The PAL V Liberty Sport model would be unveiled at the Geneva International Motor Show in 2018, followed by the PAL V Liberty Pioneer in 2019. One of the best parts of the PAL V Liberty is that it can park in any standard parking space or garage, and it's also certified to fly under the European Aviation Safety Agency and the Federal Aviation Administration while complying with road safety regulations. This flying car can carry up to 2 passengers, and the pilot has to have both a pilot's and driver's license to fly and/or drive the vehicle. Although takeoff and landing have to be done at an airfield or a small strip of land, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to switch from driving to flying mode and vice versa. The PAL V Liberty is truly a groundbreaking vehicle featuring 2 engines, one for flight and one for car mode, and these cars are truly one of a kind, unlike anything that you've ever seen before. The PAL V Liberty is not just something that you would see in the movies, it's actually the real deal. Which one of these marvels would you love to have in your garage? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and also be sure to subscribe for more great videos in the future.